theme with companies that perform. Okay, and if you look at it, there's an article I read a long time ago that talked about the alignment of goals within a corporation, or what a corporation wants to get done, and the way that a corporation operates. Okay, so you can simply draw that on two axes, right? So you can say that goals and the way we operate, are those two things mature or not? Okay, so we can say here, does everyone in the business agree on the goals? So what we're talking about here is this. If you're in a company where the CEO of the company has a clear strategy on what they want to go do, and they can articulate that, but on second shift, you see the person walking in from the parking lot, and you say, hey, how's it going today? They say, good. And you say, what are you coming to do? And they say, well, I'm coming to, I don't know, I've got to be here by 5, and I'm going to go run my piece of equipment, and then I'm going home. Okay? And that's it? Then their basic understanding and connection to what the company's about isn't clear to them. Okay? So their understanding of how they connect to what the company's trying to do is unclear. Okay? Now think about maybe a very high-functioning company, and you talk to that same person coming in, and you ask them, okay, what are you going to do today? Well, today, okay, we've got to make our output. Okay? We also have some quality issues we've been tracking, and we've been working on that inside of our thing. So today I'm also going to be working on that with my team, because it's important that we make our output, because we have a key customer we've got to support, and we have some quality issues we've got to solve for that customer in order to support the plant. If you can get that type of alignment, with the person walking in on second shift, the speed that you move is amazing. Okay? So that's goals. Everybody agrees on the goals. Okay? The second thing is that now they walk into the factory and they understand they're aligned on the goals, but how do they operate? How do they, within which context do they decide how to solve a problem? How do they see a problem? How do they even understand the problem exists? Unless there's a way that they do work. Okay, so there has to be a way that they operate. So everyone agrees on the way. If you have really good alignment on goals, and you have really good alignment on the way, the speed that you operate and solve problems is much greater than if you don't. Okay? So what our job is, as leaders, is to drive us as a company from here to here. That's what we're trying to do. Okay? We're trying to drive our agreement on goals and our agreement on the way so we can move and improve much faster as an aligned company. Okay? But there's also a third component to this that's tied to the way. And that is how we operate as people, how we behave. What is the culture under which we operate? Okay? Because what we really want is we want speed. So if there is fear, if people are not safe relative to their physical safety and or their emotional safety, and they can't be involved, then you basically, even if you are aligned on the way and on the goals, you can't move as fast as you could if that didn't exist. Okay? So we're also going to be working on behaviors to drive both physical and emotional safety. So, when we talk to you today, we're going to be discussing, first, how we're going to basically run the goals down. And in the context of what we are measuring, it is going to be purpose. So when you think purpose, when we talk about purpose and we're checking your factory on purpose, it is, do you have a way to tie goals? And is there a way to measure it, understand ahead or behind, understand how we're going to work against that, okay? When we talk about process, we're going to be talking about, do you have a process in place that allows us to solve problems in alignment with these goals? Can we see the problems? Are the problems clear? The problems aren't only clear to us, but they're clear to the people on the floor, so they can be involved in problem solving. Okay? When we talk about people, that's going to be around behaviors. What are the behaviors that are demonstrated in the factory? And that's how we're going to audit them. Okay?
Fantastic. Good. Very good.
All right.